Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some NBA player props I like on Prizepicks for today's slate on Wednesday, November the 8th. We do have a massive slate tonight, 14 games. Almost every team is in action tonight. There's only 2 teams not playing on this Wednesday slate. So there is a lot to like tonight, a lot of props to choose from. These are some early picks I like. We're going to give out 2 picks in this video, guys. I am recording this video on Tuesday night, so the full board is not up yet. But Prizepicks does have a lot of props available, even with the full board not up yet. You can see all that's available right now. I got 2 early picks I'm liking for this Wednesday slate. We're going to talk through these 2 plays and share why I like them. Before we do get started, though, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they help you out, please hit that like button down below, guys. I always appreciate the likes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you don't have an account on Prizepicks yet, you guys can sign up for Prizepicks, linked down below in the description. Or just when you sign up, make sure to use promo code NOAH. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. So check them out if you guys have not yet. Also, do want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper because we are also partnered up with Sleeper. If you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper as well using promo code NOAH. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 over there. And if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are an app similar to Prizepicks and similar to a lot of these other DFS pick'em apps. But on Sleeper, it is a dynamic payout system. So what that means is Sleeper, basically the payouts you get on certain props, they change based on whether you take the over or the under. So that does allow for Sleeper to offer a lot of props that Prizepicks can't offer. On Prizepicks, everything is pretty much like, or Prizepicks wants every bet to be like a 50-50 type bet. So they want everything to pretty much be even money because the payouts don't change. It doesn't matter if you take the over or the under on a prop, you get the same payout. Well, that's different on Sleeper. The payouts do change whether you take the over or the under on a certain prop over on Sleeper, but that does allow for Sleeper to offer some props that Prizepicks can't offer. That does allow for Sleeper to offer some higher payouts as well. You can win up to 100x your money over on Sleeper, so if you guys want to check them out, sign up, link down below in the description, or just download the Sleeper app. When you do sign up, use that promo code NOAH before you make your first deposit, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. Did want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper, but let's go ahead and talk through this slate for Prizepicks. 2 props, guys, that I'm liking for tonight that we're going to talk about. So I do want to mention I am making this video Tuesday night around 9 o'clock Eastern time. They do have a discount up right now, a taco for Taco Tuesday, since I'm making this video on Tuesday. Anthony Edwards points prop is discounted down to 21.5. That's available until 10:30 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday night. So you can add that to these 2 plays if you want to, if you haven't used that taco yet. But let's talk about the 2 plays that I like specifically. So the first prop we're going to look at is going to be a rebounds prop. And we're going to take a look at Kyle Kuzma, 6.5 rebounds. And I like the over here for Kyle Kuzma. So let's talk about why I like this play. First off, Kyle Kuzma this season, his production has kind of been down across the board. But that has largely been due to the fact that the Wizards just haven't been able to keep games competitive. If you look at their games this season, really the Wizards have only played in like 2 competitive games. And that was against Miami and that was against Memphis. Their game against Indiana was a blowout. Kuzma only played 25 minutes. Their game against Boston was a blowout. Kuzma only played 26 minutes. The game against Atlanta, even though it was a 9-point game, Atlanta was winning by a large, they were winning by like 20, 25 points, and then the bench from the Wizards bench wound up making like a comeback late in the game. They still lost the game, but none of the starters for the Wizards played in the 4th quarter in that game, I'm pretty sure. Kuzma only played 25 minutes then. Now, last game against Philly was also a blowout. Kuzma did get some 4th quarter run in that game, but still only wound up playing 30 minutes. There's only been 2 games this season where Kuzma has played over 30 minutes, and that was against Miami and that was against Memphis. In those 2 games, for one, the Memphis game, Kuzma had 13 rebounds, and then the game against Miami, he only had 4 rebounds. That was also kind of a tough matchup, though. Well, this is finally a game that the Wizards should be able to keep competitive. This game against the Hornets does have a 2.5-point spread, so it's expected to be a close game. And I think in close games, we're going to see Kyle Kuzma play 34, 35, 36 minutes. And Kyle Kuzma is a really good rebounder. So far this season, he is 2nd on the team in rebound chances per game. He's averaging 9 rebound chances per game. And remember, you got to think, you got to factor in, he's only averaging 29 minutes per game because, his minutes have been way down because of blowouts. If we assume Kuzma's playing 34, 35, 36 minutes tonight in a close game against the Hornets, I like his chance of getting 7 rebounds. Kuzma's always typically been a good rebounder. It's a great matchup. The Hornets play fast. Both of these teams play really fast. If you take a look at pace stats this season, the Hornets, they're playing at the 4th fastest pace in the league, and the Wizards are leading the league in pace. So these two teams love to fly up and down the court, and when teams play fast, that's just going to mean more shot attempts. That's going to mean more rebound opportunities. And again, this is projected to be a competitive game against the Hornets. I like Kuzma's chance of getting more than 6.5 rebounds here. I think more times than not in close games, when Kuzma gets his full minutes, he'll grab 7+ rebounds. I think the reason his game log looks so bad, this season is just because there's been so many blowouts for the Wizards. So a lot of these, games, Kuzma wasn't even out there for the fourth quarter. Well, this is a game where he should be out there for the fourth quarter. Hopefully the Wizards can keep this one close. But that's the first prop I like for Wednesday night. And then the next prop I like is going to be a fantasy score prop. We're going to go down to the late night game, Warriors and Nuggets. We're going to take a look at Michael Porter Jr.'s fantasy score of 29.5. And I like the over here as well. So more than 29.5 fantasy score for Michael Porter Jr. Now, if we take a look at their last game against the Pelicans, this is a game I really want to focus on because that was a game without Jamal Murray. Michael Porter Jr. put up 36 fantasy points in that game, and he wound up playing, I don't think he played like a ton of minutes if I remember correctly. He only wound up playing 28.5 minutes, but the Nuggets did win that game by 18 points. I can't remember if MPJ got any fourth quarter run in that game, but he was really productive in the minutes that he was out there. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. MPJ should be looking at a bigger role here moving forward while Jamal Murray is out. It's already been confirmed Jamal Murray is going to be out once again for this game. And if you take a look at this season, without Jamal Murray, MPJ has been pretty productive. He's averaging over a fantasy point per minute. Last season, in the minutes he played without Jamal Murray, he averaged over a fantasy point per minute. He should average over a fantasy point per minute, and I think his minutes are going to be pretty secure here without Jamal Murray. He should see 30+ minutes. And if you take a look at MPJ this season, he's been playing pretty decent minutes in competitive games. He's typically been getting around 30 minutes. That game against Dallas, he did get up to 34.5 minutes. But again, the Nuggets, they're kind of another team similar to the Wizards. They've been blowing out a lot of teams. Obviously, the Wizards have been getting blown out a lot. Well, on the other hand, the Nuggets have been blowing a lot of teams out. They blew out, they beat the Pelicans by 18. They beat the Bulls by 22. They lost to Minnesota by 21. They beat OKC by 30+. I mean, they've been involved in a lot of blowouts. Well, this is a game against the Warriors that has a 3.5-point spread. So this is expected to be a close game. And I think in close games, we're typically going to see Michael Porter Jr. play 30, 31, 32 minutes, if not more than that. He should be able to be more productive without Jamal Murray. He should be able to pick up some more usage without Jamal Murray. And MPJ, when it comes to like fantasy score, he's not a player that's really going to turn the ball over much. I mean, he's averaging less than 1 turnover per game, so you don't really have to worry about him losing points. And MPJ can get some defensive stats. Those defensive stats are very important for fantasy score because they're worth 3 points each. He didn't get any defensive stats last game, but against the Bulls, he did have 2 blocks and a steal. Against Dallas, he did have 2 blocks. Against Minnesota, he had a block and a steal. So he can get a couple blocks. He could get you a steal or 2. Obviously, he's kind of a score-independent player, but we've seen MPJ be able to rebound well. He's averaging 8 rebounds per game this season. His assists have actually been there this year. Like, he's actually been able to get a couple of assists per game, too. So he's kind of been doing, a lot, aside from just scoring. And obviously, without Jamal Murray, they're going to need scoring. They're going to need offensive production, outside of Jokic. And I think that you will see, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, these two guys really have to step up because, man, if you look at this Denver team, if you look at their bench, like they just don't have a ton of bench guys that are really going to, demand a lot of usage. They don't really have like that bench guy that's going to come off the bench and, soak up a lot of ball handling. They just don't have that. I mean, Bruce Brown, they don't have him anymore. So he was a key guy off their bench. He's not on the team anymore. I mean, they do have they have Christian Brown, but Christian Brown's a low usage player. A lot of the guys coming off the Denver bench are low usage players. So the offense, especially without Jamal Murray, is going to be very condensed around Jokic, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and MPJ specifically this fantasy score line of 29.5. I definitely think is a bit too low here. I think this line should probably be 30.5, if not 31.5. I think him and Aaron Gordon should be projected pretty similarly. So I do think we're getting some value here on this MPJ fantasy score. And I was looking at his PRA props. Sometimes if you're looking at fantasy scores and you want to choose between fantasy score or PRA typically, or fantasy score, there's typically for most players, I would say there's a 4 or 5 point gap between their fantasy score and PRA. Sometimes it can be higher than that for players like Jaren Jackson Jr. that get a lot of blocks and steals. Their fantasy score lines will always be a lot higher than their PRA lines. For someone that doesn't get a lot of blocks and steals and turns the ball over a lot, so like Jordan Poole, for example, the PRA and fantasy score will be pretty similar. Well, again, like we just said, MPJ doesn't really turn the ball over much. He's averaging less than 1 turnover per game, and he can get you some blocks and steals. I think, given there's only a 3-point difference between PRA and fantasy score, I would much rather side with fantasy score here. I think if MPJ goes over 27, or if he gets 27 PRA, he's very likely to get 29.5 fantasy score, if not more than that. I could definitely see him only getting like 22 or 23 PRA, but still going over fantasy score because he could have 2 blocks and a steal or something like that. So the fantasy score prop is what I like most for MPJ here. I think 29.5 is a bit low. So these are 2 props, guys, I do like for this Wednesday slate. Massive slate tonight, 14 games. Wanted to give you guys some early plays I liked. Obviously, this is, these are not my full plays for today. I do give out a lot, more Prizepicks plays over on Patreon. So if you guys do enjoy these YouTube videos, if you've been tailing me on YouTube and you've been making some money and you want some more Prizepicks plays from me, I give those out on Patreon. You can check that out, linked down below in the description. But as always, guys, appreciate you watching the videos, supporting the content. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. If you guys are new to Prizepicks, sign up for Prizepicks, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH when you sign up, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But that's all that I got for tonight, guys. Good luck on this slate. Hopefully, we can win some money tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.